Al Bernstein with another one of my video blogs. Now, many of you who follow me on Twitter, at Al Bernstein, have seen that I have been engaged in a bit of a back and forth about what I perceive to be kind of the war on boxing, if you will, that is being waged for the most part by ESPN, the network, or networks, where I formerly worked for 24 years. I've talked about this theme, a narrative that is running through the entire network for the most part, with the exception of Dan Raphael, who covers the sport of boxing on the internet for them, and of course probably the folks on Friday Night Fights. But with the exception of those people, everybody else at ESPN who has seen fit to comment or write about this particular fight has done so with a narrative that says, A, it's the final great fight that boxing will ever see, B, Floyd Mayweather is the last champion that the sport will ever see, and C, the sport is dying. The evidence for all those points is lost on me. I don't see it. Clearly, boxing is more of a niche sport than it was 25 years ago. We've talked a lot about that. But 2013 has been a banner year for boxing, and this event is a demonstration of that. And I hate to break it to all these Boxing is Dead folks on ESPN, including Tony Kornheiser, Mike Wilbon, Stephen Smith, Tim Cowan, who wrote the story for the ESPN, the magazine. I hate to break it to them, but this fight's making a lot of money for a lot of people. You know, it's going to get close to 2 million viewers. The mainstream media is covering it, giving it its endorsement. And I hate to break it to them about this. If Canelo Alvarez wins this fight, there'll be a rematch, which will also be big. And if Canelo Alvarez wins that, he'll be the next star of boxing. So they need to take a breath and realize that creating a false narrative just because you want to doesn't make a thing so. The facts indicate that they are wrong. I'm not suggesting that boxing should or will get the coverage that the NBA or NFL or Major League Baseball gets. But if from entities like ESPN, it got the correct coverage, the appropriate coverage, then people would know who all the fighters are. They'd know that in 2013, we have had the best boxing matches in the last 25 years. And I've been through all that. I've covered the sport during that whole period. So I think I can talk about that subject with some authority. The fights have been put on that fans want to see, and they have been great fights. So I simply want to point out for all those folks that are going to come over here from Twitter and all the folks that are watching here on the Boxing Channel that I will not back down from my statements that this narrative that is endemic in the ESPN system now exists. It's like, you know, a political channel, whether it's on the left or the right, putting through a certain narrative, and then all their hosts have to kind of live by that. That's really what is happening here. And when a story in the ESPN the magazine is called Floyd Mayweather, the last great American prize fighter, I think we know where the heads of all the folks at ESPN are at. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.